Hello, Hi Vibes Tribe. How is everyone doing today, you guys? So today I'm going to do a reading on the energy specifically around Justin Bieber. The energy around him, meaning his environment, all of the people that you see him partying with. What are their intentions? Do they have good intentions? Are they sneaky, manipulative? Is it a dark, heavy, dense energy? So you guys, thank you so much for coming back and joining me today. It's just going to be the energy on Mr. Justin Bieber's environment. And if I pick up on Haley, that's fine. She's around him a lot. I just looked at his Instagram not too long ago. He does look like he's having more fun, so that's great. We love a king who can let go and have some fun. So we're gonna start with a little bit of a cleansing incense. I love this incense. Okay, and then we're also going to say a prayer. We always have to protect our energy. We're going to say a prayer. Okay, no negativity here. This is all for entertainment purposes only, you guys. This is all allegedly, just for fun, good intentions, kind-hearted. I ask that you protect me as I perform this act of divination. No negative energy can enter here. I ask that you watch over my viewers and keep them safe. No negativity. It is done and so it is. Amen. Okay, so first we're going to cleanse the deck. Okay, so what prompted me to look at Justin Bieber's environment with the devil at the bottom, is I was watching his videos and I did pick up on the environment, and it didn't seem like a lot of positive energy around him. Granted, they were in a club. Granted, they were partying, drinking. I'm sure there's some substances, allegedly, going on in the background, again, for entertainment purposes only. None of this has been proven. And it just seemed like a lot of peer pressure, people egging him on. But again, he is a grown man. He has to, he has to be careful who he spends his time with and spends his energy around. He is a grown man. So let's see what we get, Spirit. All right. Oof. We have the Seven of Wands at the bottom. There are a lot of people in his energy, you guys. A lot of people. This is the Seven of Wands. You see how this person's standing here with all these wands coming towards him, and he's literally trying to guard himself. So this might be Haley too. This might be Haley's energy. There's a lot of people who are after his energy, his name, who want to be in the same vicinity as him simply because he's Justin Bieber. The next card that came up, and I'm going to shuffle, is money, money, money. It has a lot to do with his money, you guys. Money, fame, notoriety. I feel like he's probably always like on guard, trying to protect himself, trying to make sure that people aren't taking advantage. It's probably a full-time job, if I had to imagine. All right, I'm gonna do two more shuffles. I just heard death and rebirth. Ooh, okay. Scooter just popped in for some reason. I don't know much about Scooter, but the little that I do know, supposedly Scooter wasn't the best manager. I think Ariana Grande was with Scooter for a little bit. From what my understanding is, from what I've heard, allegedly, Scooter is the kind of person that will hire talent, fill his pockets, and then push him to the side. And basically just like push them out. So here we go. Spirit, can you show me the energy around Mr. Justin Bieber, please? The energy around Justin Bieber, please. I just heard at night. He does spend a lot of time out at night. The energy around, there we go, Justin Bieber, please. I heard watching. I just heard watching. I'm going to be honest, you guys, he has a lot of people around him watching every move that he makes, everything that he does, everything that he says. I just heard handle. He has a handler for sure. Wow. Okay. King of Swords. This to me, if you see the King of Swords, this person looks like he's looking over his shoulder. So a lot of blue, masculine energy, a lot of blue, masculine energy. He's clearly at night. This is nighttime activities. He's looking over his shoulder, but the sword is down. There's a difference between the King of Swords, sword being down, and sword being up. When the sword is faced up, the king is ready to cut anything and anyone out of his life anytime he needs. This might represent Justin looking over his shoulder at all times. He's not so quick to cut people out of his life because you see that sword is pointed down. Now I do see royalty wearing purple, a lot of purple, but the sword is down. Justin Bieber has a lot of male influence in his life because every card that I pulled after this card, they're all males. A lot of men around him, and I don't know if they necessarily, I just got a like romantic, allegedly, a romantic type feeling. Let me just sip a lot. Some like romantic type energy just came through. Interesting. Okay, well, we'll just leave that where it is. The Page of Pentacles. There are some people, I'm gonna be honest, I just heard notoriety. There are some people who are hanging around Justin for his notoriety, for the simple fact that he is Justin Bieber, for the simple fact that they can get into the clubs, they don't have to pay for food, they don't have to pay for drinks. It's one big effing party. There are some people who just show up to always get wasted. There are some people who just show up because it's a place to hang out at his house. They're going on a camping trip. Anytime that they can squeeze in a free hot dog, a free drink, a free beer, you know what I mean? So normally when you hang out with Justin Bieber, he isn't passing around a tab, he's paying for things. I'm sure when he hosts or puts on these quote unquote parties, people just show up because one, they want to be in the energy. They want to say that they're hanging out with Justin Bieber. They want to be in the limelight. They want a free beer, a free drink, a free nacho, a free hot dog, whatever. These aren't people that want to see him doing anything other than what he's doing. Granted, Justin Bieber has spent a lot of time on stage, working hard, touring. He may just be in a position where he's like, dude, if I want to go golf in my underwear, that's what I want to do. If I want to lay in bed till 2 in the afternoon, that's what I want to do. I don't know if he's super into wanting to tour again, if he's super into wanting to get back into that limelight, because it does require a lot. Dance rehearsals, stage, whatever, you know what I mean? Like sound checks. It's a lot. It's a full-time schedule, and I don't know if that's what he's interested in doing. Then we have the King of Wands. There's a lot of male energy around him. A lot of male energy, and I heard tracking around him that watch everything he does. Everything he does. I'm going to be honest. If a person is too high vibing, they're not able to be controlled. He's being fully controlled right now. He's being fully controlled by the people around him, by his handler, by his management. Justin Bieber's not making a whole lot of decisions for himself. That's just what I see. Gosh, man, there's so many. I think this is security. He definitely has a pretty good security team. Knight of Pentacles. There's a lot of male energy around him. Next I have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a fiery energy. I honestly pick up that this is Haley's energy. I feel like Haley's calling the shots more than Justin is. He may not know that, but she does things behind his back without him knowing. She has meetings about him. She looks over the finances. Hailey Bieber is driving that ship. She wears the pants in that relationship, not Justin. I also think she's controlling his finances. Like, I think that he gets an allowance. I don't think that he gets to spend like he maybe thinks he does, or he's in control of his finances. I think he gets like stipend. Like if he wants something, somebody will give it to him, whether it's Hailey or his management or whatever. Justin Bieber is not in control of his own funds. Let's just put it that way. I do feel like there's some blockages. So the Ace of Swords can mean cutting through the BS. but it also can mean blockages, like trying to stop certain things from happening, or stop Justin from knowing certain things, or stop him from hearing certain things. I do believe that Justin Bieber, there's a lot of things kept from him. I do believe that. I don't think that, I'm gonna be honest, I get the feeling that Justin Bieber is very much in the dark when it comes to a lot of things. Granted, it's his money, it's his fame, it's his notoriety. I literally just saw him standing in the middle of like, almost like a tornado. Like there's a whole world in operation going around him, and he has zero say in it. Like his life is literally being orchestrated for him. What he's allowed to spend, what he's allowed to say, what he's allowed to do. I think that they let him have control of his Instagram to a certain point to make him feel like he's in control. The illusion is to make Justin Bieber feel like he's in control of his life when he's absolutely in control of nothing. There's a whole orchestration. There's a whole setup and team around him making sure to keep him exactly where he is, doing exactly what he's doing, keeping him very asleep, and making him think that he's in control and driving the ship when he absolutely is not. Queen of Pentacles, Miss Hailey Bieber, about her money. So allegedly, and I'm just going to be honest what I'm getting from the energy, this is a contracted marriage. Granted, they may like each other, there may even be love there, but this was set up by the people in Hollywood, by the higher ups, by the management team. Hailey was assigned to Justin Bieber. So how it works is you sign a contract to be a celebrity's handler, and you get a certain amount of money for babysitting, because that's literally what she's doing. She's babysitting and handling him and watching him and guarding him and making sure that he doesn't wake up too much, making sure that he's not in his power too much, making sure that he's controlled and in an illusion and asleep and very low vibrational and drunk and high. So she is his watcher, his keeper, and she's getting paid for it too. Not only is she getting paid for it, but she's also getting kickbacks for the fact that she carries his last name. So there's a whole contract that's set up that if she was able to marry him and get him to sign that marriage license, there's a certain amount of money, notoriety, and fame that she would get. And that's what happens is when you're with a narcissist, they're only in it for the money, for the image, for what they can gain from it. So Hailey Bieber allegedly went into this marriage for money. She knew that if she was able to marry Justin Bieber and keep him under lock and key, she would get the fame, the money, the notoriety, the cameras, the paparazzi, the makeup deals, the makeup brands. So this was clearly, this is just a transactional thing. She signed a contract to marry him to be his handler. Allegedly. Okay. So the Six of Swords came out, but it came out upside down. The Six of Swords talks about forward movement. When it comes in reverse, it's no movement at all, or moving backwards. So again, very controlled environment, very controlled when it comes to not so much his Instagram, I don't think. Of course, he has a PR team that when he does something stupid, they go behind it and fix it. But you guys, I just literally saw him shackled. Not only is he shackled to Hailey, he's shackled to a lot of people. Every move he makes is being watched. Every time he sits on the toilet to take a crap, allegedly, he's being watched. She had a child by him to lock him down. She had a child by him to always, no matter what he does, where he goes, she's linked to him. You guys, you have to realize that everything in this marriage, everything in this man's life, because of how big he is and the ability to reach almost 250 million people, every time he sneezes, they know who hands him a tissue. Every time he shits, they know who wipes his ass. When you have a following and a reach to that many people, you can change things. Hollywood doesn't want things to change. So when you have power like that, and whether Justin Bieber knows it or not, the fact that he has almost 250 million followers on Instagram alludes to power. And when you have the money, the fame, the notoriety, they don't want you doing anything that can make things better, changing or waking people up. So there's a whole circus constructed. Have you seen the Truman Show when he wakes up and he realizes his whole life is like been constructed. It's a lie. It's not. And he's like, oh my God, I woke up and like literally realized that everything around me is fake, and there's a camera crew, there's people behind cameras, there's people who step in and say lines in my life. Like, that's literally what I just saw. The Truman Show. Like, Haley was placed as his wife to play his wife. She also only was given 2 months to do it, to get him to marry her. They always want to involve a child to keep these people stuck and linked. Meaning, even if he divorced her, if they have a child together, he would still have responsibility to her legally and spiritually because they have a child together. So that's all that was. Yeah, so long story short, his whole life, everything he does, everything he says, everything he literally is being watched by many, many people and controlled. So, let's see what else. There's a lot of men around him. I hope they're not okay. Oh, shit. Ugh. Okay. I don't know if I can share what just came through. When a human being, when a husband and wife lay together, or boyfriend, girlfriend, lay together, it's energy exchange. What can happen is a human being can become very controlled based off of who he's swapping or switching energies with. Sex, S-E-X, is sacred energy exchange. I don't know if you guys pick up where I'm going with this. There's a lot of male influence in his life. It's not by accident. It's not by accident at all. When a human being exchanges sacred sexual energy, that's their creative energy, that's their life force. You can drain another human being by engaging in sexual acts with them. In this case, allegedly, I do think he's being manipulated and controlled, and there is a reason why there's so much male energy around him. Put 2 and 2 together, you guys. So let's talk about the Diddy case. Allegedly, Diddy was having these freak-offs with mainly men having sex with them, because if you have anal sex with someone, it's just as intimate as having vaginal sex with someone. You can control their energy, you can control their thoughts. It's literally sacred energy exchange. Allegedly, this is what was happening during these freak-offs. So what happens is, if you want to drain someone's energy or siphon their manifestation abilities or siphon their life force or connect and control their thoughts, you connect to their life force, their sexual energy. So to me, I pray, allegedly, that they're not putting a bunch of men around him to have him engage in sexual acts, to have all of these men siphoning his life force. I can kind of already see it. Allegedly, all for entertainment purposes only. I feel like when I look at him, there's no energy there. There's no life force there. It's an empty shell of a man. I mean, if you can't put 2 and 2 together, I don't know what else. This is how Hollywood has operated, allegedly, forever. That's how you control someone. The reason Diddy allegedly was having these freak-offs is to penetrate as many life forces and energies that he could to siphon, because that's how you manifest money, is through life force. So the more people and the more people you have access to, the more control you have over them, especially for practicing WC. It's literally just hooking as many fish as you can get to siphon their energy, to manifest money. To me, when I see all the cards that I'm pulling, the only female influence I really see around him is Haley, and everybody else, it's men. It's all men. So it's tough. It's tough because it's not looking good. I also do believe that the church that he was going to has something to do with influencing him. I do believe that, I don't know why that just popped in, because I didn't see that until it just literally popped in. Churches are about, allegedly, you can't run a church unless there's some kind of money behind it, meaning that like they pass around a collection plate, like you have to be able to keep your lights on, you have to be able to pay the bills, so on and so forth. Churches are about profit. A lot of them are. And I do believe in order to control him again, Haley introduced him to this church because it's another way to get it's another way to control him. It's another way to get their hands in his pocket. Haley could be doing deals with these churches behind his back to get some kind of like a check or a donation and then writing it off as tax. Like, churches don't have to pay taxes, they can write it off. A lot of people don't know that, which is why there's so many churches that are coming up. So long story short, yeah, this marriage was about money. This marriage was about control. This marriage is about siphoning his energy. What happens is when you're famous, if Hollywood gets their hooks in you, it's done. The first thing they do is take your light and your soul. They empty the vessel so then they can control you. And then when they're done and nobody's interested in a celebrity anymore because there's no light, there's no energy, there's nothing there, they dispose. Allegedly. For entertainment purposes only. So, oof. That got a lot heavier than I thought it was going to get. But that's what I saw, you guys. And pray for him, pray for him, pray for him, pray for him, pray for him. That's all I can say. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Namaste. Take care.